We run everything. We run the streets, the radio, and the club. All of the above.
Yes!
All right, Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm back at y'all again. Today I'm coming to talk about autism. I'm getting a lot of calls pertaining to autism. I've touched on this subject a while back, but I'm gonna go more in depth as far as how you can actually enhance the capabilities of your children who has autism, even though their capabilities or their enhancements or their functions is very high already. I want to show you how you can actually help them to type into their own dimensions. When you are dealing with autistic children, you are dealing with very intellectual people who are dealing with many realms at one time. They have more than one mind while on this same physical earth realm as we are. We are dealing with one mind. These are 9 times out of 10 autistic children are elders. When I say elders, I mean that they are dealing with so many consciousness, so many forms of consciousness in different worlds at one time, and they are seeing the things that we hear. It's just like vibration. We are all music. The difference between them, not only do they hear music, but they can see the notes that we play. They can see the notes that they play. So the things that we hear, they can see and they can feel. So these are actually entities that they are coming into communication with. And what they're doing is they building their own worlds using this vibration. So sometimes it may appear that they are looking off, or they playing in the air, they're using their hands to play around. This is because they are actually seeing things. It's like when a child is born, your mother used to say, well, that's them seeing angels. It's angels over top of the baby bed. But that's not true. Your child is seeing the frequencies that is in their environment. They can pick up on the energy, which is notes and vibration. Your thoughts is a form of music. That's why every time you make a sentence, you are creating notes. You have to create a note, which is a thought. You are your thoughts. So therefore, every time you create a thought, you are creating a vibrational system of yourself that you are actually initiating in another dimension. Every time you create a thought, you are creating music somewhere else. So when it comes to autistic children can hear the things that we see. They can see the things that we hear. They can feel the things that is unseen to us. So the things that I call that is the unknown, which is the reality, they can actually feel the reality. We can't feel the reality until we actually leave the physical body. But being that they are elders and they are delving into different dimensions, they can actually feel the unseen or the unknown, which is their reality. And this is how they are creating fragments of their reality by using the vibrations that they are seeing because of something that they call autistic. This is why a lot of the medical facilities like for them to come in, because they want to tap into their DNA, because they know they have DNA that holds a lot of consciousness in their DNA that they're trying to obtain from them, but they don't have spiritual technology to be able to pick up on the spiritual information that is in the autistic body. They call it autism to try to make it seem as if it's a handicap, but autistic children are very powerful people. They are very intellectual beings. Why? Because again, not only because they are elders or because they are delving into different dimensions, but they can feel the things. They can see things before it happened. But the reason why they can't relate it to you is because they have been here so many times that they choose to turn off their DNA in the physical dimension and turn on the spiritual DNA and actually operate in the spiritual dimension while being in the physical dimension. This is the intellect of the children who has autism. So what I say to the parents is, they ask me, how can they teach them? You can't teach elders. What you can do is you can buy them things such as instruments, such as pianos, guitars, drums. And what they do is they'll create their own notes by using these physical things, but they'll actually be building something in the spiritual realm, which they are delving in while they are in the physical realm. They like things hands-on because hands-on things to them is spiritual. They see the spirituality of the physical things that we see here. We don't actually appreciate the things that we see here, and we can't see the importance, which is the spirituality within the physical components that we are playing here. A piano is just not a physical thing. It creates tunes, again, which is notes. And autistic children can see these notes. So therefore, these notes is in the form of entities. You are nothing but a body of information, which is consciousness, which is vibration, which is frequency. And you are connected to different types of energies and parallel universes and realities. autistic children is the parallel universes and realities. This is why it seems like they're here, but they're not. Because it's like they're working 10 jobs at once. We only work in one job. They have 10 different employments. We only have one. I'm talking about in the mind. This is how powerful they are. This is why they are powerful physically, because in the spiritual world, the things 50 pounds here is nothing but probably a gram there. It's small. You get what I'm saying? So they are seeing things with their third eye that you can't see with your two physical eyes. And they don't have to work hard to activate their third eye. You get what I'm saying? Even their melanin and DNA is different. They have more crystals flowing in their melanin than we do. Their carbon count is very high. The reason why their carbon count is very high, in order for you to delve into other dimensions, many dimensions at once, your carbon rate has to be high. Your carbon is the gigabytes of the internet. See, we are on DSL in the physical dimension. They are on higher functionings of internet. They are faster. They have high-speed internet. Their pineal gland is functioning on a higher speed of frequency. Even though our internet is on, it's DSL. It's running slow due to the satellites around us. Even though the satellites is around us, it doesn't bother them because they don't acknowledge the satellites being satellites. It's just like the birds. The birds don't know that satellites is around them, so therefore it cannot suppress them. Sometimes what you don't know can actually be your strength. If you didn't know about slavery, if you didn't know that you lived in a world that was oppressing you, then again, your mind creates your reality. It can't exist. Okay? So again, if you have autistic children, buy them things dealing with music, violins, pianos, because this helps them to enhance their abilities to create other realities in their mind that they can see that you can't see. So they might be playing the piano off, but it's really on to them in another dimension. You may not think, okay, they don't sound good the way that they play the piano, but they have other minds, and different minds actually perceive the notes that we play here in different ways in other dimensions. Okay, so with that much said, Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm out. Peace.